Hello everyone, I'm Liz from French Toast and Books, and today I am doing the Inside Out book tag. The first time I saw this video was by Tiernan the BookTuber. Hope I said your name right, sorry if I didn't. And the original video was created by Kristina and I will link both of their channels down below because this is such a fantastic tag because Kristina kind of sums it up so well that we all as a community feel so much for these books that we need to describe the most extreme feelings we have for certain books. So the first question is, what book brings you the most joy? And I have picked Lucas by Kevin Brooks only because every single time I look at this story, I love everything about it. I mean, it's not the happiest story at all by any means because there's a murder, but it's the book that got me really interested in reading. It also brings me so much joy just thinking about the relationship between Lucas and Caitlin, the two main characters in the book, that I have so much joy for this book and what it means to me as a person. 2 is disgust. Which book grossed you out the most? And sorry to say this, guys, I know BookTube loves this series, but I'm gonna go with Opal by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I hate Blake so much and he fills me with so much disgust because of how creepy he is in both Opal and Onyx that I can't. The third question is fear. Which book scared you more than anything? Now, I had to actually go and look up the name for this book because after I had read it, it completely disappeared. It was my sister's book that I stole from her shelf, and I don't know what happened to it. But it is the book that seriously creeped me out so much, especially because it's a true story, that I had to find the title, and I'm going to read it to you because it's kind of long. Perfect Victim, the true story of the girl in the box, and it's by Carla Norton and Christine McGuire. And this book scared me so much because it's a true story of a girl who was kidnapped in California when she was hitchhiking to her friend's birthday party. I think she was 19 years old and was held captive for 8 years. She was kept inside a box until her captor trusted her enough to let her live in the house. I believe she even had kids with the captor, and eventually his wife actually helped her escape. And so it is just so grueling and creepy because when she was hitchhiking, she passed up all of these other cars that were like frat boys and partiers, and she got into a van with a man, a woman, and a child. She thought she was safe, but then she was held captive for 8 whole years. And that just, if that doesn't scare you, like, what will? Question 4 is sadness. Which book made you cry the most? Now guys, it's kind of obvious, but 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher seriously bawled my eyes out so much. I was sobbing, like loud wailing sobs while reading this book. I actually had to put it down and cry for a good 30 minutes with my husband consoling me because this book just tore me up so much. And it still gives me the feels every time I look at it. I mean, it's so depressing. I'm going to do an honorable mention for the saddest book because The Sweet Far Thing by Libba Bray, I was also crying. But it wasn't like the harsh sobbing. My eyes were just leaking through the last half of the story. They wouldn't stop. And it's a really thick book, so I cried a lot. The last question is 5, which is anger. Which book pissed you off, like completely pissed you off? And I am going with Dancing Naked by Robert Hodgson Van Wagner. And this book seriously pissed me off while reading it. I mean, it's an amazing book. It's really good. The characters pissed me off so much. It's about a Utah professor who is LDS, and he finds out that his son is gay, and basically he finds out because his son commits suicide. So this main character, Terry, is completely like clueless and so stubborn and just tears his family apart while trying to figure out like who his son really is and who he really is. And then just his childhood, like Terry's childhood, everything about this book completely just ticked me off, that I didn't know like how to feel when I was reading this book, except for anger at what these characters went through in this whole entire story. It makes you mad because you want to do something about it. You want to change how society like treats these types of situations. So that is the Inside Out book tag. It's just 5 simple, quick questions, and I think it's really great because I know last week they came out with the Inside Out Outside Edition, which is a 15-minute video of the Inside Out movie with all the emotions and inner mind workings cut out from the film, so you just see what goes on with the family. And I felt like I had to do a big honorable mention at the end of this video because this book series gives me all of these feels, and that is the Harry Potter book series. I mean, their life, and you can't not mention the Harry Potter books because it's kind of everything. I'd like to hear comments down below about what books gave you the most joy or anger, sadness, fear, disgust, any of those fabulous emotions that we have to feel throughout life. Please let me know. I am excited to hear from you, and I will see your faces again soon. Goodbye.